You're listening to the Beatswitch podcast.
We're gonna start with hip hop. We're gonna start with my boy Big K.R.I.T. This is his fourth album. It's called K.R.I.T is Here. It's a sequel to a mixtape he put out like 9 years ago. Classic mixtape from Big K.R.I.T called K.R.I.T Was Here. One of my favorite mixtapes by Big K.R.I.T. Good. How did you feel about this album, man?
I felt it was too long. It just kept going and going and going. But I will say by the second half, it did finish up pretty quickly. But it just felt long. Like we're in an era now where you can't really make a long album because there's just so much music out there. People try to digest stuff fast. So when you have a long album, you sort of put yourself in a corner to where, like, I don't know if people are going to be able to listen to the entire thing or enjoy it. You know, they may phase in and out. And, you know, albums like that are probably more so filled with filler as well. Because this album had a lot of filler, in my opinion. But it did have some decent songs. Like the opening track came in heavy. I like that. And I saw the video for that a while back too. And I like the song with Lil Wayne, Addiction, and Prove It with J. Cole. I really like those songs. But overall, it just felt too long for me.
Okay. Listen, real quick.
So I didn't listen to the whole album, but
exactly my point.
And that's probably why, like, I've always been like a playlist type person, and so I struggle to listen to albums as a whole, especially if they're long. But what I did listen to, I liked it, and to be honest, I'll probably go back to this album more so than the Freddie Gibbs album, only because like K.R.I.T sound is like more my vibe when it comes to hip hop.
Okay, so it's more your vibe.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know if I'll get a chance to really like filter through and find the songs that I like. Like, I'll probably check the album on shuffle again and just like hit and hope.
Wait, what album on shuffle?
Yeah.
Oh, you disgusting.
I only do that after I've listened to it front to back.
Listen, I do what works good for me, okay? And that works.
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead. You the OG fan.
Yeah, I got a lot to say about Big K.R.I.T, man. But first, before I get into it, I want to ask y'all this. One of y'all complaints were that the album was long, right?
Yeah.
Both of y'all listened to Forever is a Mighty Long Time.
Yeah, I listened to that album. I enjoyed that album. I don't know, it just felt, in the words of FIFO, Forever is a Mighty Long Time was a more cohesive project. Even though it was 2 discs, right? 22 tracks.
Exactly.
I just liked it. Knocked. He was spitting. It just flowed well, and it went by. It just went by too. It wasn't like, you know, you just sitting there listening to it like, damn, this shit's still playing. And it was a longer album too.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a chore.
I got you. Alright. I got you. Okay. Really quick. I'm a huge Big K.R.I.T fan. I've told y'all this before. Big K.R.I.T should be at that top spot where J. Cole, Drake, Kendrick, the elite. He should be right there because he got that appeal. He got that sound that can appeal to a lot of people. He sounds dope over beats. He has dope beats. And he talks about real shit. He's got everything that you want from a mainstream, or that you want a mainstream rapper to be. So I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about this. This project right here, it's like, to me, it's like he's trying to take a mainstream route in the terms of his sound. I don't want to hear that from Big K.R.I.T. Like, the production, I know Rico Love had a big hand in it. Why is Rico Love having a big hand in that in the rap album? Number one. Why is Rico Love doing that? Big K.R.I.T is one of the dopest rapper producers we got out here. Why is Rico Love doing your shit? I know I watched the interview with Sway. He was talking about how he wanted to branch out a little bit, try something different. And I got you. And that's been something that we as fans have talked about, how Big K.R.I.T Because on previous projects, he's done most of the production himself. On Forever is a Mighty Long Time, he produced half the album. He's a very hands-on artist. He's always, you know what I'm saying, there in the mix of everything. And something that we as fans pointed out is like, yo, sometimes maybe you need to go on a different production. On this album right here, he stepped too far out there. Too far out.
Yeah, you made up a good point. I don't know if you said it here, but I remember you saying that it sounded more mainstream. Mm-hmm. So it's just the same complaint people had with Schoolboy's album. It didn't sound like him.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like this is just like that Crash Talk project was. Now, when the first record came on, that K.R.I.T here, man, that shit hard. That shit goes hard. He's spitting, he's spitting. The beat is dope. He came in with that energy that I rock with. We had the track Energy a little bit later on in the track list, a song we had already heard because he came out on that EP he put out, but also a dope track, a track that I rock with.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Do you think it's a disservice to the artist to keep holding them to a certain project and a certain sound, where as artists they want to grow and they want to develop and they want to try different things? So is that fair to kind of be like, oh, he's not the K.R.I.T I like? Well, he's always, like, he's always going to be K.R.I.T and his sounds are always going to be his. They're just going to change and develop over time.
For me, like, okay, so what I feel about K.R.I.T is like, I felt that he really just found his true, like he was hitting his stride coming off of that Forever is a Mighty Long Time project. So switching up right now, I get it. I do. But for a whole project, especially being the sequel to that mixtape that we all as K.R.I.T fans really love. Like, if any K.R.I.T fan, if you listen to all this projects, that motherfucker got like 8 mixtapes or some shit. And this album is his 4th album. Listen to all of that shit. Most K.R.I.T fans are gonna have K.R.I.T was here in their top 3 projects. Like, that's how much we love that mixtape. So, him making this project a sequel to that mixtape, and it sounded nothing like that shit, is just, that's weird. That's weird. And I know, there's 2 things that's really hard to do in hip hop. In music in general, but especially in hip hop. Double album, which he just did, Forever is a Mighty Long Time, and I love that project. I think it's one of the best double albums in hip hop history. In hip hop history. I'm gonna say it again.
Okay.
And another thing that's really hard to do is a sequel to a great project. We talked about it last week, Bandana. That was a success. This right here, I'm not ready to say that this was a success. Not for me. Not for me.
I get what you mean.
I like a couple songs on here. Because like it grew on me the more I listened to it. I started, because he's always going to give you that introspective shit that he does, and he does on Every Time and songs like that. And he's always going to give you that ratchet shit that you play when the bitches come through. And he has that on here too. He got Lil Wayne doing his thing. He got some good stuff in here, but it's so obviously dumbed down and watered down. K.R.I.T. It's like, nah, dog, this don't cut it, man. Like, I expect more, I expect better from Big K.R.I.T than this. As a fan, I'm not gonna come back to this album. I'm gonna grab the songs that I like. Those who I'm gonna play. I ain't gonna come back to this album. This is not a good body of work at all. I'm disappointed.
I think it's quite cool if it is, if it does give him like a wider audience, and maybe what this album will do is, give him a chance to be known to new audiences, and then with the next project kind of have a better, balance between his kind of like style, the one that you prefer and this more mainstream one, and then through this album maybe people are going to be introduced to his older work. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I got you.
Possibly, yeah.
And from what I've been seeing from other K.R.I.T fans talking about this, they seem to feel the same way that I feel about it. Like, I'm not gonna say it's a bad album. I cannot say it's a bad album. It really isn't.
It's
like,
not a bad album by any means.
He's rapping well. It's just,
it ain't him.
It ain't him. It ain't K.R.I.T. It's watered down.
But maybe to K.R.I.T it is him. That's what I'm saying.
Well, if this is K.R.I.T, then I've been bamboozled. I've been fooled. Give me your favorite tracks. Good.
I liked K.R.I.T here, Addiction, Energy, Prove It, and those. I think it was like those 5.
Wessa?
I liked Prove It. And I can't remember the other songs that I liked. I don't remember their names, but I liked like 2 other songs.
You like 2 other songs? Oh yeah, but you didn't finish the project, so it's hard for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, and I like I Made. I like that one.
Let me give y'all mine. I like K.R.I.T here. We talked about that. Great opener to the album. Starts with Energy, is dope. Make It Easy. I like that track. It's more of the K.R.I.T that I want to hear, that sort of laid back groove. And that's also why I like Every Time. That's also why I like Believe. And Energy we already heard, and that's the track that I rock with. The last one, I'm gonna say Prove It with J. Cole. I like the direction that J. Cole took with his verse. This was, it was different. Like, he was showing how he was talking about his first fan, Felicia. It was an interesting story to listen to. So it was good. Those are the tracks that I'm gonna take away. Those are the tracks I'm gonna go back to.